The expectation is that people will perform consistently and get there in a nice straight line. The problem with this is that opportunities are not consistent in that sense. If you want this linear progression, you massively underachieve when opportunities are plentiful and you take excessive risk when opportunities are not there. This is the complete opposite of what you actually need to be doing. So essentially, inconsistency is a good thing. The word I hate most when it comes to trading is consistency. I'm going to talk to you today about why. If you know anything more about what we do, click on the link below. Come check us out in a webinar. Why do I hate consistency then? Well, it's a word that just gets bandied about. It's a vagary. And consistency is a real difficult thing to quantify and to really understand why you want to be consistent and what you perceive to be consistent. So whilst everyone has this desire to be consistent, I think most people are not exactly sure what it is. I'm going to tackle it from the perspective of performance. If we go and look at thinking about consistency over different time periods, on a daily basis, so day-to-day consistency, no one's consistent. Most traders have a win rate of about 50% on a daily basis. So half your days are up, half your days are down. Some traders are a little bit better, but very, very few get anything better than this. It's just not really feasible. The idea that you can beat the market every single day is at best fanciful and at worst just purely arrogant. On a weekly basis, you can have a reasonably consistent performance. 75% of weeks might be positive. The way this works is that your up days, the 50% of your days that you're positive, are bigger than your down days. So yes, on a weekly basis, you can do this. I think really the point of where you can say, yes, I am consistent, is where you get to a point where you can say, okay, on a monthly basis, I expect to earn money in the same way that anybody in a salaried job does. They consistently know that at the end of the month, they will get paid. That's pretty consistent, right? Now, on a monthly basis, a trader can be pretty consistent. If you think about a salaried job, that's how most people view consistency. You, at the end of each month, consistently get paid. So therefore, that's a reasonable measure of consistency. Most traders can achieve this. For example, I had 7 down months in my first 5 years. So roughly 10% of months were down. It's not that many. The key to consistently earning over the longer period of time is that the up months are significantly larger than the down months. On a yearly basis, most traders who survive over 3-4 years can expect generally to consistently earn money year on year. So essentially, consistency is fractal. The wider the parameters, then you can expect to consistently be able to make money. At least those who are successful can. That's what we've got a lot of here at Axia. Another approach to consistency is an assumption of linear progression. There is an assumption that you can start a year here. If you get to here, whatever number that might be, you can call that 100K, you can call that 1 million, you can call it whatever number you want. But the expectation is that people will perform consistently and get there in a nice straight line, day after day after day, doing well. Now, the problem with this, on the face of it, there is no problem. It'd be great to be sure that you're going to earn consistent money, the same amount, day in, day out for a whole year. The problem with this is that opportunities are not consistent in that sense. There will be periods with more opportunities and periods with less. And so what this leads to is a situation where if you want this linear progression, you massively underachieve when opportunities are plentiful and you take excessive risk when opportunities are not there. This is the complete opposite of what you actually need to be doing to be a successful trader. Even if we look here, this trader over the course of a year is relatively consistent, if you will. They stay pretty close to the line. But note, a lot of this is made of big jumps and periods of sideways action. Big jumps, sideways action, big jumps, drifting action. But on the whole, it's not super consistent. The size of some of these jumps are far bigger than what might be made on any day for the following month, for example. So even this, whilst it seems relatively smooth in the progression, is not actually that consistent on a day-to-day basis. Over the course of the year and month by month, this is evidently pretty consistent. Just to give a little sense here, this is a newer trader. I was going to say younger, but they're not necessarily one of the youngest, but a newer trader, someone early-ish in their career. If we go and have a look at a nonlinear progression, which is the performance rather than the green line, what this is illustrating is the ability to make the most of periods when the opportunities are big. So what you're looking for really is outperformance when times are good to cover the relatively underperformance, if you will, when times are bad. So essentially, inconsistency is a good thing. This is pretty inconsistent, this run up here. It's way, way steeper than what you might expect if someone said, well, you're going to go from here to here by the end of the year. This is very inconsistent in a good way, because what is earned in this run up covers the fact that not a great deal was done for probably a third of the year. Inconsistency is good as long as you're taking advantage of the opportunities. That's what's really key. Yeah, if you said, well, on a day I typically earn X, look how short you're going to be cutting yourself on some of these up moves. You're going to be banking small winners because you're like, well, that's good enough for me. And actually what you're doing is you're underplaying it. Consistency is not really what you want. Consistency is what limits upside. If you have profitable trades and profitable strategies, consistency actually restricts you. So it's not entirely a top thing that you want. Now, there is one final thing I want to point out. It's what I call paradox of consistency. New traders are in a way more consistent than experienced traders. I'll explain why. And this is to do with skill acquisition. A new trader can consistently improve on annual performance simply because they are increasing their skill levels. So if you take two traders, an experienced trader and a new trader starting in 2020, the new trader year on year is going to acquire more skills and jump up in terms of annual performance. They might reach a stage where they're probably matching some of the more senior traders. If you're already an experienced trader, you've been trading for quite a while, there's going to be a level of performance that you can reasonably consistently reach. Now, whatever that number may be, you can be confident annually you're going to be able to achieve around about that number. But there are going to be years with huge opportunity. 2020, 2025, 2022. These are the big chances. The performance here is actually inconsistent. This is performance that you would expect to revert to the mean, which is down here. So again, inconsistency is not a bad thing. Consistent increase in earnings on an annual basis is key for a new trader and should be expected as your skill levels grow. Someone with a lot of experience, yes, will do well in 2020. They'll do exceptionally well in 2022 because the number of different and consistent opportunities, there was something to do every month. 2020 actually was all focused around the first quarter, really. 2025, all focused around the first half, but still provided immense opportunity. These are your kind of exceptions. This is what you can reach for. But on the whole, you need to know that you're going to fall back to something like this. So there is a bit of a paradox of consistency. Understand that. It's really important. The one thing that you can be consistent in is how you plan, how you prep, and how you execute trades. That you can control. What opportunities you're presented with, you cannot. And that's where the positive inconsistency can come from.